All right, folks, we're underway here on Classic Tetris 2. We've got DMJ and iBall. It's going to be me and Chris Bidwell again.
Oh, man.
I thought it was going to be the
sequel
big...
nobody wanted.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be the big, jolly pirate with me, Kingsman, but I guess we're stuck with Bidwell.
Yeah.
It's all right.
We're good. I'm having fun.
But yeah, we got DMJ, we got iBall from Canada, of course. If you are a fan of speed running, you'll recognize iBall as a great Canadian speedrunner of Super Mario Brothers 1 and various variants. We're just about
the bottom.
We're just about ready to get underway on the bottom as well.
How do we have more photographers than players?
Yeah, we have more photographers than players.
That's
Chris.
kind of awesome.
That's right.
Definitely one of the favorites to.
Thanks. There's a champ.
Also a fan favorite. Keeping the hope of.
Anyway, but yeah, sorry about that. We got Eric here taking photos.
The champ.
Immediately, like, okay, hey, I'm out of the tournament. I'm done now. I'm back to work.
No, yeah.
Kid likes to work.
It's good to be a grown-up.
It's not messing around. You know, you say, oh, kids today, they don't want to work, but these Gen Z kids, they got the hustle. We need to get a chair for maybe bringing in a third commentator with us.
Oh. There's a chair right there. I can just swipe.
It looks like it's being saved.
For us.
I don't remember the exact time.
No, we'll find one.
Quite a lot of them this morning.
Now, Chris, you know how to operate our thing here, right?
Somewhat, yeah.
You know how to add hearts?
I could click a heart.
Yeah, you can click a heart. You can, what can you do? I don't know what you can do.
You can change the match too if there's top out or if
you know how to do
sweeps.
that?
Yeah. I'll figure it out. I might not use your fancy studio mode slider stuff, but I'll definitely man the.
All right, well, up top here we got 214 for DMJ, 193 now, 216 for iBall. And yes, iBall, the great Canadian speedrunner of Super Mario Brothers series of games.
Yeah, and with this new interface,
DMJ, of course, you know as Buckethead.
Yes.
Not the real Buckethead.
No. I like it when the speedrunners, because most speedrunning is learning an exact pattern and repeating it over and over again. This game, the exact opposite of that. It's different every time. You have to develop strategies. You have to adapt with all the changes. If you watched the Big 20 a few weeks ago, a lot of those high-end speedrunners were having to play Tetris B-type, but would play level 0. Huh? 1989.
That's right.
All right, 306 here, DMJ, iBall 289, super close, less than a Tetris separates these two great players. Now this is the first time you're seeing, of course, on our screen, our top 16 players who got a first round bye. So DanV and iBall getting their first matches of the day. DMJ, Doge already winning their first round 0 matches.
So now now GD's also on PA, so it's even harder to hear Van, but we will adapt. But look at this crazy Tetris rates at the bottom. Tetris rates still irrelevant. And
I will say that Chris and James do speak at a reasonable level.
Yes.
Yeah, so kudos to them.
They have a slider. When it gets exciting, then they turn it up. When it's subdued, they turn it down.
I'm about 4 inches away from Bidwell right now, and I couldn't hear him before, but now I can actually hear him.
If I talk to you like this, then I got to do like a weird lean, but that's all right. We'll.
And now that I hear him, now I'm kind of regretting him asking to come back for session 2.
But
the Tetris main channel was down for a bit. Whoa.
You bring it and.
But DMJ has been slowly improving. He's been to a bunch of regionals this year. Saw him in Texas. Saw him in Arizona where he won with the bucket on his head.
Yeah, scores are neck and neck. Fractal also a roller, so Sharky,
But I think we're going to see the skill levels increase with the round increases in the tournament, obviously. But we did see some exciting matches in round 0, especially over on the other channel. They kind of gave us more of the sweeps, but I appreciated that on a personal level to take a break.
I kind of walked the line here between wanting to be like, yeah, of course, obviously the earlier players aren't as good, and wanting to respect the players because I know them all. But yes, clearly you're going to see the level of play increase as we get deeper into the tournament.
Yeah, and that's
take as much risk as they can safely
Oh,
do.
Tetris mom DMJ in the chat
Oh.
saying DMJ won Illinois also.
I wasn't in Illinois, so I
So
apologize.
mom is here to defend DMJ.
Correct my rear end, please.
Sorry, mom. All right, DMJ, speaking of which, 560, or whom, I guess, he's a person. 568 DMJ, 513er for iBall. Down bottom, 539 Doge, 541 DanV, super close down the bottom.
1,900 points, and they're having a good transition yet. Although Doge has a really unfortunate Tetramino hole about 8 rows up.
Transition action on the bottom.
Into 19, iBall 562. DMJ with a great pace here into 19, 617. Up by only 2 Tetrises, though.
That's we said it was going to increase gradually, but maybe not. This is a pretty masterful DMJ.
Yeah, you're starting to get into players who are Masters quality, you know, like our monthly Masters tournament.
Right.
Doge has won one. DanV has won one this year.
So we have 2 titles up on the screen in round 1. In the old days, it used to be the same 2 or 3 players winning every month.
Yeah. Now there's a world champion every single week.
Right.
That's it.
That's an online fact for you.
And now for some online facts. You know, a great moment. All right, iBall here building out, weathering the drought, getting the Tetris down, and another one. So 721, super neck and neck up top.
Slight misdrop for Armstrong.
Actually, iBall ahead in lines though, so I think that's maybe a factor here.
Right.
But
But
they were tied in-
1,280 points up top. Look at that. I mean, not like you just said, but the line difference. But
Still pretty darn close. Down the bottom, 658. Doge kind of scrambling a bit here. Gets the long bar in. That's a triple, if my eyes can be believed. Is that a Tetris? That was a triple.
I did not see the flashy flash.
Yeah, I need to see the flashy flash.
For the boom Tetris for Fractal. You see Fractal at 825 already.
And
Scout, you want to jump in?
Score right now.
Yeah, you sit in for a half hour.
Oh, wow, that's fires. Dangerous.
Hey, we're going to invite Scout onto the stream. He's going to be scouting Bidwell for a bit while Vandy goes and digests his lunch. So I'll be right back. And yeah, it's welcome Scout.
Doge, dirty Tetris halfway up the board. Still behind by just a little bit, 6,000.
Okay. Oh my gosh, we got diving board strats by iBall, reminiscent of
Oh,
Jonas many, many years ago. Can iBall do the clean skim? Yes. Raising the roof.
There's a lot of rain here. You do need to cover yourself. But we're approaching 1 million points on both boards really early. A level 25 and 920 for DMJ. Super efficient play.
Yeah, up top though, Sharky, time running out. Fractal pulling ahead by over 100,000 points. Sharky sealing, you know.
Little cheesed up for that, but again, players are going to have to play all the way through. This is round 1 now. The round 0 freebies are out the door.
30 line deep drought that Sharky.
Oh, yeah.
So unfortunately,
And at the bottom, we're also a 1 Tetris difference.
once you get to level
There's that gate keeping DanV from getting back to the bottom and scoring. And Doge is going to take advantage as soon as he gets that line.
Armstrong has a lot of
Beautiful stacks from both players.
We're approaching arc 29 at the top. 1 million for DMJ, 948 for iBall. And one more Tetris, we will get the double max.
not going to be able to survive that.
You want to, you're here.
Round down
You ring it. We'll have the champ do the bell ring if it happens.
for all the players here on CT1.
But super close, but oh, and we jinxed it.
Oh, 993.
Oh, that's a,
Still a great score on kill stream.
but at the bottom, we're only 2,000 point difference here as both players simul kill screen.
right now, Fractal and Pixel
And I would have to say that Doge has a slightly better board health. And now it's a game of chicken. Are we going to line out or are we going to go for a Tetris? A single Tetris might be the difference here.
Doge is in survival mode right now. Needs anything. Oh, what a beautiful T-piece.
Wow.
He's digging it out.
3, 2, 1, Tetris!
But DanV is at the bottom. Is he going to make that Tetris well? Look at the point difference. Look at the 780 point difference here. Level 31.
This
There-
is incredible.
This is a race to 39 now, folks.
Equal jumps for
DanV in trouble. Gonna need a 5-tap. Gets the 5-tap. Incredibly clutch. Both of these players are incredible at survival.
Who's gonna? It's a game of chicken. Who is going to go for the higher scoring plays as we get closer to 39?
A lot of these players are both in survival mode right now. They just need to dig down and have a chance.
Doubles and triples might be a difference too.
Oh yeah, 997. We're almost at the double max.
There it
out.
is. There's one. There is a double max out. But that's gonna do it for Doge. And DanV came back and barely won by 3,000 points.
What an incredible
Woo!
finish. Doge and DanV, two of the best players we've seen so far today. And that was only game one.
You sat down in that chair and magic happened, Scout.
Oh my goodness.
Do this more often.
Oh yeah, we got Eric. We got the world champ over here. This is shades of 2019 when you had the world champ Jonas come over and join the commentary
I love it.
afterwards. Yeah. Not world champ for long. Hey.
A year longer
You're
than
world
most
champ forever.
mortals.
You'll always have that J piece.
Current world champ, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, up top we have started.
You are technically the world champ until someone else has that trophy.
Exactly.
Yeah. You have one more day.
One more day.
Here, let's get you a chair. You want to sit here? Yeah.
Yeah, anything can happen.
So with our crazy rollers, let's see if DMJ continues to play two off the bottom.
Yeah, he really doesn't have a reason to not play two off the bottom at this point. If he gets a bar here, that'll be a clean transition, but he doesn't. So.
Boom, Tetris for Armstrong.
Testing, third mic.
And, yeah, DMJ's basically
Testing, third mic. All right. So here we are. Now we have a team of three. We do all the fun stuff on CT2. It's the fun hang. But like we already mentioned earlier, DMJ is playing two off the bottom. He's done that for a good 20 lines now.
transfer. All right. Bar, so burning with that TPC is now perfectly transitioned back to a right wall with only one burn.
DMJ is one of those players that has done so many obscure, amazing challenges in NES Tetris. He is an upside down max out. I saw him playing on the upside down ROM earlier yesterday, last thing before I left. It's one of the most bizarre things you've ever seen. You kind of have to flip your brain around. And I have no idea how he's able to switch back and forth, why you would practice that right before a major CTWC match. But he was doing it, and now he's continuing to play excellently.
If you can play the game upside down, you can play it right side up, right?
That's true, that's very true. Yeah, we got some...
DMJ stack not very accommodating for a square, but fortunately he did have a little bit of flat space. Yeah, not very accommodating for that LPC there, so... But... Yeah, handling it like somebody who actually knows how to play the game, unlike me at the moment.
Doge and DanV has got to be one of the biggest heavyweight matchups we've seen so far with like really evenly matched players. Both of them have won Masters events this year.
You're saying Bidwell's mic isn't that good. It's like a kid mic or something. I don't know why. It's an SM58, just like both of these.
We're trying, guys.
Yeah. Weird.
We can't hear Eric. Okay.
Oh.
Fractal being super aggressive.
Wait, is my mic plugged in?
Building up high, trying to get that center dirty
Is the
well.
fader-
Boom,
the
Tetris
fader's
for
up.
Fractal.
Okay.
It pays off, and he's set up for another one. Will he continue to play up high and dirty? And he will. Boom,
I think
Tetris
mine's a
for
little loud.
Fractal.
Hold up. Is there a headphone out on that?
Bidwell's mic is getting feedback. All right, can you guys still hear me? Trailer Swift, Trey, the legend who made Trey Vision, saying, we'll do it live in the comment section. DMJ and Dan should have a heart, we're hearing. Okay.
Power hit, flipping the bird. Boom, Tetris for Fractal. Sharky hitting transition now. 540K.
I don't know if you guys can hear me. I'll try and do a commentary in the meantime. This is what I will say about Tetris streams. The people who operate OBS behind the scenes are the MVPs. You might never see what they're doing behind the scenes on stream, but they're the ones who make all of the little features that make all these broadcasts so beautiful happen. There's been so much work behind the scenes from so many people, from Pumpyheart to Yobi to Vince to everybody else. I don't even know all their names. They've been doing so much work this weekend to make these beautiful layouts this year. In a year where we've had some changes in staff behind the scenes, they've done a beautiful job carrying the torch. And even if we're having a few tech issues right now, we'll get it sorted out.
Who got the heart speed?
Sharky in trouble trying to get this dig going.
Testing.
Testing microphone. Test.
Testing this one. Okay, I think.
Barely getting to the right.
I don't know who needs the hearts.
Amazing dash dig by Sharky.
Test. Yeah, that's working.
Sharky with a let's go.
This is a crazy environment. If you can ever make it out to a live CTWC, it's definitely worth the trip. There's 6 matches going on right now. I hear the ambiance from the silver bracket, from the other hype gold bracket matches on CT1. And then in CT2, I have 2 incredible matches in front of me.
All right, Twitch chat, tell us if the audio's good.
All right.
Can you say something into that mic?
This mic. Hello. Testing. Good.
All right.
All right. How about that? You bring third person in and everything goes to south.
Twitch chat.
Fractal has more lines to give.
Audio great. Okay,
All
let's
right,
go.
awesome. Here we go. All right, we'll just crowd in.
Yeah, crowd into these 2 mics.
Too little reverb.
That one is still hot.
Okay.
Now it's not.
Too little.
Oh, there's
reverb.
like a game going on.
All right. Oh
my
Oh
gosh.
no.
Wait,
Oh, what a clutch.
Oh! DanV already had going to take that one. That is game 2 to Doge, I believe. Yeah, game 2 to Doge.
Game 2 to Doge, game 2 to DanV.
Game 2 to DanV. Whoops. They're both D names. I switched them up.
Oh, so DanV has a 2-0 lead?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. So Doge on the brink.
Oh, iBall with the 5 and below. Amazing. And another 5 and below. Wow.
DMJ with a dirty Tetris. So iBall has a small lead right now. iBall, I don't know if it's been mentioned on the commentary before. iBall is one of the top Super Mario Brothers speedrunners in the world.
Yes.
He's a sub-5 score.
He has 455 point. He's going for 455.3. I believe he has 455.9 something right now. Don't quote me on that. Just check SRC or something.
It's incredible to be the best in the world
That's-
at 2 retro games.
That's 5 minutes of frame perfect play.
Yeah, Sharky just has 5 more lines left before
Yeah.
kill screen. Gets the Tetris.
Hold
But,
on, I'm gonna
quite
check
the lead here
SRC
for
right now.
iBall.
My phone is Wi-Fi. It doesn't.
Already, Fractal has the lead.
Originally, you can see why level 29 was called the kill screen back when it was only
For
Daz.
Daz player, it's still a kill screen.
Literally at
All
a
right.
specific
And iBall gonna be going into level 28 with that Tetris. Max out for iBall. Oh yeah, the bell. Yeah.
Double max out's kind of the thing. But yeah,
And
hey,
DMJ,
as anybody else
20
ring, it's
more
great.
lines, gets the bar for that dependency, and he's gonna have two Tetrises until he maxes out. And yeah.
So we'll be ready with the bar
There
of
it
the
is.
bell in just a moment. One more Tetris for DMJ.
iBall going into 29 with 1.06 million points. But DMJ having a bit of a rough stack. One more line till level 29. Gets a Tetris. Double max out. And
Okay, away we go into, we got a 1.1 over on iBall.
Gets another 5 tap.
that's the other 5 there. iBall
Beating the roller, is still
gets a Tetris on 29. Lead is over 100,000 at this point. DMJ's gonna need some crazy stuff.
Yeah, this is iBall's game to lose now. He just needs to stay consistent, just stay scoring. DMJ's not in position to
Split
get
triple.
Tetrises. So as long as iBall can continue putting points on the board, DMJ is not going to be making up any ground.
DMJ has a few rows of unusable trash on the bottom of his stack. Gets that bar over.
Great square. Another great square.
Oh, I think he missed the flip on that J piece, I think.
And
I
this
think
looks like
that's
it's
gonna
be
do
it
it.
for DMJ.
That's going to be it for DMJ.
We're
iBall
tied.
takes game number 2. It is 1-1. Let's go.
Gets a Tetris, but the playfield's going to need some help. Oh no, that's not going to be fixable. That's going to be an early top out. Fractal winning the match.
So one of the incredible things about Doge and DanV, this match at the bottom, is not only are these two elite players, they're two players, they haven't been elite players for many, many years. They have massively improved recently. I remember, I think both Doge and DanV, I've remembered chatting with them in the past, and I think they both at one point never expected to win a Masters event. Like, they're like, there's no way I have that skill set, and now they do.
Yeah. Has DanV won 1 or 2 Masters events? I don't remember.
He won the Fasters Masters event in
I remember
May.
that one. I'm just not sure if there was another.
Yeah, well, there's another October Faster Masters this month, but it hasn't finished yet.
Yeah.
And Faster Masters is not any easier to win than a normal Masters.
Yeah.
Eric can attest to that. You went pretty far in that one
I
Faster
did go
Masters.
pretty far in that Faster Masters, but I think that was kind of the start of like my controller just being weird.
Ah.
Or maybe I was just bad at the game. I'm not entirely sure. But this year, I think I went out because my controller was just like jittering like crazy when I tried Roll Tool off stage. But I didn't have time to fix it because like I had 5 minutes until my match at that point. So
Ah, yeah.
I figured out what the problem was 5 minutes before I played. And yeah, that'll do it for you.
So
Happy for at Coster, and I hope he gets far.
Yeah. At Coster's one of those players. I mean, he won the Milwaukee Regional this year, and he had to beat a roller, DMJ, which we're seeing on screen right now, in order to win that one. So at Coster's, you know, up there with the best of the best.
Definitely, definitely. All right, looking at the top, we just had a game go. We just like had a game start. iBall currently 41,000 points ahead, but that doesn't matter much. This is level 18. Leads can change.
Yeah, Doge is on the brink, but I'm trying to think back. I mean, I know he's been in dire situations before.
Yeah, DanV with the 5 and below there. Don't think we would have noticed. Truly one of the best adjustments of all time.
Yeah, Doge is more than capable of coming back from this. This match is far from over.
Yeah, definitely. Both of these players are absolutely amazing. Doge is C22, but C22 versus C11, but the difference isn't as big as you might think. They're both incredibly good at the game, and they both won a Masters event.
A nice tuck.
Yeah, definitely early on. Just great close game here.
Oh, where's my name? I don't care. I'm probably
You
gonna leave.
invite Agamescout and Eric, yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Oh.
Cool. Alright. Meanwhile, at the top here, we're pretty neck and neck in terms of pace. Doge having to burn some lines, so he's about a Tetris behind now in terms of pace.
I like now that we have the feature now. Oh, we don't have the pace lead up, but it should be coming
we don't
up.
have the pace lead, but
Yeah, well, it comes with a two-way scene.
two-way scene.
It comes up at the transition, right? Or
Only,
no?
only on a two-way scene, not a four-way.
Oh, okay,
yeah.
okay.
That makes sense. But either way, I'm pretty sure I can do it. I'm pretty sure I can do it mentally, so I'm fine.
Yeah.
DanV playing about 3 rows up. Get that Tetris for a clean transfer. 2 burns, pretty good.
Yobi was so proud of that pace calculator.
Yeah, it's really awesome, honestly. For commentators who can't like do that sort of mental math in their head, it's great.
I'm so glad it finally got some use because I talked with Yobi about it on a
DanV
pace
with the
stat
double
video.
flip.
Ooh,
That's
that's
gonna
T.
be,
That
that's
laid it
gonna
up.
be pure burn lines. I think this is what Doge really needs if he wants to put a little bit of distance between him and DanV. DanV is almost clean, but he has so many long bar dependencies.
Yeah, that's a skyline there.
Yeah.
Yeah, DanV should be able to take this down, but
But setting up dirty, I'm going to take the triple. 1 Beano away.
We'll give a chance.
Yeah. Doge currently about, yeah, this is...
There's
because
there's
they're
the
about
setup.
The same number of lines, so about a Tetris ahead. 1.5 Tetrises, maybe. Eric commentating is unexpected. I mean, I'll do a little bit of everything now that I don't have to play, you know?
Yeah.
Taking pictures, commentating, you know?
Yeah, I mean, it's really fun to actually get to do the other roles other than just playing.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, like I got to be in the silver bracket last year. This year I got to take the silver bracket photo. And,
Yeah.
you know, never commentated a CTWC match before. So it's really fun.
Yeah, I agree. Meanwhile, Doge, this lead for him has just gone way, way up. He's almost 100,000 points ahead. And he's going to be 100,000 points ahead with his next Tetris, but DanV just got that just simul Tetris, so not
I
really.
mean, you're fighting for your tournament life. Eric, as a former champ, well, no, you're still current champ.
Current
Do you
champ for
change
now.
your situation depending on your lead or deficit? Do you change your aggressiveness level? Aggression level, not aggressiveness level.
I'm not sure I really changed my aggression based on their lead. I definitely didn't last year because like lining out was the strat and
Right.
safety was the strat last year. But this year it's totally different because pace matters again.
Yeah, so is Doge going to play more aggressive on 29, do you think, because he needs this win? Or is he going to play less aggressive because he doesn't want to lose to like some, you know, unfortunate misdrop?
I don't know if Doge is a screen looker, but I think he knows that he has a lead. And we don't have speakers for like the commentator, so the players can't hear us.
Yeah.
So,
That's right. So talk all the smack you want.
did you know that Doge had a propeller hat that actually had a motor, but he doesn't have it anymore?
Yes, he was able to turn it on, but I think the batteries only lasted like a couple minutes, so it wasn't very worth it.
Yeah.
I got up some photos of it and with
Meanwhile,
it in
Doge,
action.
one Tetris.
Wow, there's
Doge
our
and
double
DanV,
max.
One Tetris to 29.
Heck
Doge
yeah.
still
Little
100,000
late.
points ahead. I think Doge is going to try to play it safe.
Here comes 29 though.
Yeah.
Let's see.
So-
Doge gets the Tetris immediately.
Oh, 2 Tetris is at
DanV
29.
as well. 1.2 for Doge. Almost 1.1 for DanV.
Yeah, so
Level
Doge is
30 for Doge.
Doge is in the driver's seat right here.
This is a perfect setup. I mean,
And DanV stack climbing just a little bit, but he got the 5 tap he needed.
Doge went super aggressive. I don't know if that was intentional or not, or he had a slight misdrop that forced him in that situation, but it worked out. And oh my gosh!
Oh, he missed
Misses
it.
the
He
bar.
missed
Misses
it.
the bar.
He can
It's,
get
it's
this.
still
He needs a
possible.
bar. He needs a
Sell
bar.
out. Get the.
Sell out. Sell out.
And he's drowning.
Oh, but still, look at that
DanV
lead.
needs Another 4 Tetrises.
150,000.
150,000 points behind.
And
Single-
Drop of the square there
not
by
a
DanV.
clean
You have to get Tetris. You cannot go all the way to 39 with singles and expect to make it.
Yeah, he needs at least one Tetris here.
A single line is,
He can do this with line out, I think. If he gets a
Just
couple
barely.
circles.
Just barely, yeah.
but you really will relieve that pressure with at least one Tetris.
Doge just looking over. There's not much he can do at this point, I guess. Just gotta hope that DanV. Oh,
Let's see
there's
what
the mistake that
happens.
Doge was looking for.
Yeah.
This could be fatal for DanV, but
That square
needs
was
something
not that
for-
helpful. Where's
Oh.
the L? No
oh
L.
no, that's fatal.
There it
Doge
is.
takes game number 3.
He's still in it.
And with the max out, back down to Tetris. Almost a 100,000.
Again, that was a 1.1 to a 1.2.
Kill screen as well.
You don't have to get the 1.3s, 1.4s, 1.5s, all that crazy stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
If you consistently get the 1.1s and 1.2s,
Like,
that wins you a lot of games.
But the new rule set made Doge more aggressive and caused him to top out quicker. He would have taken the Eric strat and lined out instead.
I've definitely noticed this as a top player. When I go up against players, I'm not thinking about the scores they consistently get. I'm thinking about the scores that they can get at all times. So like, Doge could in theory have gotten a 1.5, same with like Alex T or whoever I would be playing against.
Uh-huh.
I find myself thinking about that a bit too much instead of thinking about statistically what they could get.
But up top here,
Yeah, I
iBall
guess-
has a tremendous 200,000 point lead. And DMJ's board is Swiss cheese.
Yeah. Unfortunate for DMJ. iBall, 250,000 points ahead. I think that's the biggest lead we've seen all day on this channel.
Well, we were at 9 Tetrises briefly in round 0.
Did it roll over to 0? Or does it just display 10?
We did not get to 10.
Ah, okay. But yeah, DMJ gonna need a lot. He's gonna need like iBall to make a mistake or something.
Is this a dirt-
29, and
okay.
He's gonna need to play 29 really, really well, get at least a few Tetrises.
Well, not that high. He's got to
But
get
first
back
he
to the
needs
bottom
get a-
first.
Yeah, first he needs to get a board that's clean to go into 29. Yeah, bad parity there for a sec, but
Is he going to get a dirty Tetris here?
DMJ's board's climbing spectacularly. I
Needs
don't-
that long board now.
Yeah, he needs something for his left.
Oh!
Gets it over.
It may be too late, though.
It's too late.
This is
It's
the dirty-
definitely too late.
That's it.
Unfortunate. Wait, eyeball keep. Hey, okay, we got 10.
There it is, 10 Tetrises.
I do really like having the Tetris lead set in here.
We're unlocking all of the stats today.
Yeah. I mean, because you would do the mental math in your head, but it's so nice to not have to do that.
Yeah.
What, Scout, that was my only talent. Why am I getting removed from my job by a robot?
Yeah.
I'm going to protest.
Robo-umps now.
I mean, we had MaxBot. Like, I'm sure a lot of players use that instead of listening to the commentator. Because MaxBot only gives score updates. It doesn't talk about extraneous stuff.
Oh no, why does the sheet say Dan has already won? Oh no, the script got leaked.
Oh yeah. By the way, match with that Coster, totally scripted. Both of those wins, he should have gotten them.
Just had to throw a little for the drama so it could be a decider.
I don't know, honestly. I wasn't part of the script writing session, okay?
My arcade providing,
Yeah, they wanted you to method act, so they told everybody else the script but you.
Well, in that case, would that Coster know the script, or would he just be playing?
True, that's a good point.
And of course, you know what he has always needed? More cowbell.
Let's go! Okay.
This cowbell, yep. Let me see if I have it in here. Tetris Fashion.
Classic lovely team. DMJ and iBall neck and neck. It's really early in the game. Doge one Tetris ahead.
What I got from last year. I was wearing it yesterday. I figured I'd bring it just in case I needed
Now I
Oh,
find.
yeah. Let me see if we can answer some questions from Twitch chat if there's any.
Oh yeah.
one of our sponsors.
Oh, Cheese is in the chat. Shout out to Cheese.
Oh, we missed Cheese.
Cheese, you're a legend, dude. You invented rolling. Oh, definitely. Totally changed the game. How do I scroll?
I think it auto scrolls. Oh, you're trying to scroll up?
Yeah, scroll up. Let's see.
I don't think there's any questions.
We got a pretty close match at the bottom while we look for something to talk
Eric
about.
with the MaxBot shout out. Trey, yeah. I'm not sure how many people used it, but like it's genuinely goated.
Right.
Need 3 screens to follow CTWC properly? Yeah. The number of matches happening is crazy. Like, I'm pretty sure there's like 12 happening at one point.
12 individual games, yeah.
Yeah, 12 individual games, 6 matches.
It's hard even to watch 4.
Right, the $10,000 prize pool, thanks to the Tetris company.
Yeah, Trey, you inspired me to start playing, so in a way, you invented rolling. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Question to Eric and also Cheese. Do you think someone would have discovered rolling if you had not? I had nothing to do with the discovering of rolling, so I can't really say, but it's one of those techniques that, like, I feel someone else just, like, had to put the pieces together. So it might have taken a few more years, but maybe.
Yeah, there's so many things.
There were
that-
variants of that in other games, like
Yeah.
the flipping the mouse upside down in the Dota type games, I think. And back in the old days, if you know the arcade game Track and Field, where you have to pound on the buttons to run faster,
Yeah.
some people would take a pencil and use that to add extra leverage for extra taps. So like there was artificial methods around that, sort of the same, sort of different, but something would have been discovered.
Yeah, there's so many different things in Tetris that are like that, where it was just a collaborative effort with random, not random, but like different people in the community thinking of different things that all contributed to ideas eventually happening.
Yeah. Cheese was the one who, like, really made people aware of rolling, if I had to say. Like, he was,
Yeah.
like, posting stuff in the private servers since, like, late 2020 or so, and I think Scout mentioned that in his first rolling video.
Yes, yeah, he had a private group chat. Well, what he wanted to do, what he says his original plan was to only tell DAS players about the technique so that they could all show up with rolling and just upend the entire scene.
Yeah,
But
that
the-
would have been funny.
But then there was that one guy who almost figured it out, and at that
Adrian
point,
Wu, yeah.
yes, and so at that point the cat was kind of out of the bag.
Yeah. It would have been a crazy universe, though.
Yes.
And yeah, A.B. Gannon, this is Eric on the mic. When was DAS
But
discovered?
man.
I think in 1989.
It was, but nobody knew the terminology for the longest time, and that's something that I know, like Adam and Robin have commented about when they were filming Ecstasy of Order. Like all these players, they knew the principles of DAS, but they had no words for them. So it was like, Robin was saying, sometimes I have the quick moves, sometimes I don't.
Oh, and
he's-
while we were talking, iBall has built up a massive lead. 180,000 points.
That is incredible. iBall is well on his way to taking this match.
And we totally missed Doge and DanV below. They hit transition, and DanV's 2 Tetris is ahead.
Yes, so we're barreling towards the finish line. But yes, as far as DAS, a bunch of vets independently discovered the techniques, but it was really Kataru, I believe, who did the big investigation into exactly how it worked in the code and developed some of the terminology. And I think he said he almost has regrets sometimes about the terminology he chose. He would have chosen like more specific words at the time if he knew that's what we were going to call it from now until the end of time. But
that makes sense.
You know, it is what it is. I think the terminology works. We all understand what it's meant.
I think the only term that Kataru didn't invent is ARR. I think the Tetris company invented that one.
Oh, yeah.
Well, we do have a 19 match at the bottom.
Yes.
Who's the better
No,
commentator?
I love this conversation, and so does Chad. It's a difficult skill to want to go back and forth between the two.
Actually, Mr. Bastien, was hyper-tapping first invented by Thor? I'm not sure. Like, tapping
It was a version of tapping, but it was different.
I'm a bit quiet. Oh yeah, I'm not that close to the mic.
Yeah.
Is that better now? Okay.
All right, so we'll talk about the games a little bit. So one thing that's interesting about rolling is that Cheese, for the longest time, there was only like one really close-up video of Cheese rolling. And so we didn't see Cheese's overall grip. And when we saw it actually in person, like the whole view in when Cheese finally went on webcam for CTWC 2021.
2021, yeah.
We realized nobody else actually used Cheese's grip. He has this really like wide elbow stance, and you'll see everybody else independently developed this different, like they hold their arm down. They don't stick it out.
If you ask me, it expends less energy to hold your arm like that to rest against something else. But I guess Cheese didn't really know better. He was the first one who played with the technique.
That's actually fascinating. So Cheese had maybe a suboptimal grip, and it took other people not even knowing how Cheese did it to figure out the better one first.
Well,
I like the arm out more, says Ella. I guess that makes sense, yeah.
So down at the bottom, we got to break 2 Tetris difference, and we're getting near double kill screen here. Not double kill screen.
MVP39 says rolling saves so many young players from a future of carpal tunnel. Honestly,
Doge is on the brink.
Oh boy.
This is game for him. He needs to survive this. He has a small lead, but it's not going to hold if he tops out.
Yeah. This is something I'd like to talk about, but just without going
you guys
too
need a
depth,
podcast.
We've had a couple of rolling injuries. Like, I know Blank kind of like, she posted pictures of like wrist tendonitis exercises, which I think means, and she's been wearing a hand brace of it recently, even if she didn't on stream. And I think those are injuries from rolling, so we'll have to see.
And we're very close
1
to
million for Doge.
Yeah, Doge, 2 Tetris is ahead.
DanV, one more will get the 1 million.
This is it. This is Doge is playing for his tournament life right now. So this is it. Will we see him go aggressive? He's going aggressive.
There it is.
Yeah,
So Doge putting the pressure on DanV to try and catch up.
100,000 points ahead. This is a crazy lead for 39 cap.
There's so much score variance in 39 because a lot of players line out. Oh my gosh, DanV going aggressive.
Going very
Oh, it can't get it.
And that's it. Doge has tied it up.
Oh, decider time, baby.
Decider
It is
time.
a decider. Let's go.
So again, we talked about Doge is such a good player. He was on the brink, but he's fought all the way back against DanV, a very good player. And again,
Eric overtaking the commentary is so funny. Yeah.
But at the top, DMJ is in desperate trouble here. He's about to lose the match in his tournament life.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, this is so brutal. Look at
Okay, so in theory, if iBall tops out immediately when going into 29, DMJ has a chance.
Yes, that's the crazy thing. There's so much score variance that has emerged with rolling and the potential go for Tetrises on 29, but most people don't because it's hard. But you can get like 700,000 points on 29.
Yeah, DMJ stack climbing, stack not very clean. He wants a clean board going into 29. He has another 8 lines to do it, and the pieces are just not cooperating, man.
He can get there, but man, this is not the situation you want to be in with this kind of tiny.
The well's got to be open or it's over.
Yeah.
The well is open technically.
It wasn't and it wasn't.
Okay, he's gonna have 1 burn. He can open it now. He needs the long bar now. He gets it.
Perfect piece.
Oh,
I'm not
perfect.
sure if he was expecting only a single to be cleared, but he's fine.
Yeah, he can actually get this down.
But
Wow.
I mean,
Wait,
iBall might as well go for it. 2 Tetrises.
Oh,
Look at that lead
and that's
now.
gonna be it.
That is going to be...
DMJ's too
that's
high,
gonna be
yeah.
it. DMJ too high. GG.
GG's.
iBall takes it. Doing it for Canada. iBall in his debut CTWC event in person. And Eric's gonna run off and get the
He
photo.
wants to do everything.
Yeah.
That is the bottom match, yes.
Yeah. I want to continue my story about rolling injuries because I find this very interesting. a year ago or so, Allenbot posted that he like developed symptoms of tennis elbow, I believe, from rolling after like a very late session after he kept playing with some pain. And now we have Blank's wrist
Alright, where's
tendonitis
the
injury,
button?
so
Bottom.
I don't think we've really had any confirmed injuries with tapping.
Oh, it's there.
Yeah, I don't think it confirmed. There have been people on the Discord servers, I think, from here and there who have said, "Oh, my hand kind of hurts." But yeah, nobody who's been like completely out of commission. I think.
Yeah. Blank technically not out of commission. She's still
But-
rolled, but everyone watching in chat, if you haven't drank water in like 30 minutes, please drink water. Wait, do we have to pay stat on 2-player? I'm not sure if we do.
Yeah, we should, right?
Yeah, we should.
When they approach
When they approach transition.
When they approach
Okay.
transition, it'll show up.
And the pace stat is really one of those other things that, again, had a ton of contributions from individual members of the community.
Yeah.
Because it was something that I was trying to do a video about, and I had some ideas, and they weren't really that great. And it was Huff who actually came up with the idea of just using the maximum score. Somebody has it every transition.
Exactly, yeah.
See if this works.
And actually, I think it's
There's
also
your
a good
runways
change-
there.
It's also a good change that the pace stat isn't shown at the beginning anymore, because it'll like say 1.5 million at 0 lines, and that just looks kind of goofy.
Right. So that was kind of a combo thing, because then Yobi turned it into a real stat that could actually be calculated in real time. You know, this was the dream like several years ago. Oh my gosh, and DanV fighting for his tournament life.
He's fine. He's a roller.
Yeah, that's every
you don't know
time.
for sure. Yeah,
If he
yeah.
got a bad piece there, he would have been in big trouble, but he got the right pieces.
He still needs a bar though.
Yeah.
For sliding
Okay.
for the left gets a bar.
Yeah.
He's looking for another bar now. Learning with that J, I guess that works too.
All 4 players.
Tap back there for DanV, and he's out of trouble. Let's go.
Yeah. So it was kind of like
He
this.
somehow still has a lead.
Yeah, so the pace step progression again, it was like, you know, Huff coming with the idea, then Yobi turning into a real stat, and then getting the feedback from people because he had it displayed all the time, you know, from Vince and I think others, on like how to most optimally display it. You know, like show it most when it's relevant. And yeah, I mean, right now they're basically exactly even. 65 to 67 lines, only a Tetris apart.
I love Eric, but his mic is still low. Me and Scout are sharing a mic.
Yeah,
so,
we're trying our best.
Yeah. Eric did hyper tap, dash, and rolling in quals. Actually, yeah, that's true. Wait, yeah. Let's all have our own mics now.
Yeah, Sharky, when you're editing this, just put a hard limiter on it and we should be good, right?
Yeah.
Up on top, as the aggression and this huge lead now. Ahead by 5.
Eric did hyper tap, dash, and rolling in quals. That is true. I did use hyper tapping for a bit because rolling was screwing with my controller. But now I know the reason that rolling was screwing with my controller. It's because it made it super just like jittery. Like if you haven't heard of Roll Tool, it's a great thing, and like basically it's subframe polling but for NES Tetris, which means that 480 times a second, I believe, it just like checks if the button is pressed or not versus 60 in NES Tetris, and it can tell you like if your controller is jittering, and that could cause you to miss inputs because the game polls only at an instant, not across a frame. So if it's not pressed at that moment, it's just like the input isn't going to go through, or like an extra input is going to go through. So truly a great tool, and shout out to Fractal for developing that.
So man, I mean, these are two players with incredible stories. You know, it's going to suck to see one of them go out, but it's going to be amazing to see one of them go on. DanV, you know, any international player I have such respect for, because I got to talk to the whole British contingent. I think they call themselves Team Great Britain when they were asked what they wanted to be called in the Instagram story. You know, flying across an entire you know, ocean. You're spending so many hours in the airplane. You've come all this way, you know, all the way across the world, and this is it. This is your game. This is what you came all the way here for, all those hours of travel. It's all on the line right now, and to keep that composure, knowing how big the moment is. There's a lot of pressure.
What would make you fly to Japan, for instance? Like dedicate your you have to be really good at something, you know, not just go as a tourist, but to actually travel like that. So it's a lot.
Oh yeah, and we're
There's
seeing
our runway stats.
there's a runway stat. So they're both exactly even, basically 512 to 510 potential into transition.
There's that magic 500 number when you're talking about million point runs.
Now level 30.
Uh,
But both boards are getting a little junky, and this is a bad time for both of these.
Oh, Zeno in trouble. Isn't going to be able to burn that down. That left side.
they should be able to comfortably handle this well. I don't know, actually. It's not going to be comfortable. They should be able to handle it.
Out at 1:39.
Doge is
Right. Oh my gosh.
DanV's running a triple with this next piece. Probably realizes it, burns it back to the ground.
Yeah, this is gonna be an incredible comeback story for Doge. I know. Go ahead.
No, I was going to say that now we know why level 18 is what we want to keep, so that you guys can go into stories about lore and hyper-tapping history.
Right. I mean, I enjoy that stuff when I'm listening. Like, you know, in baseball commentary, you know, Vin Scully, when I listened to him, he'd tell old stories about when he'd hang out with players in the 50s and stuff, and that was always fun.
Exactly.
But you need that downtime in baseball in order to allow him to have the time to tell those stories.
And then when this happens at 19, then we can get back into the game action.
Exactly, yeah.
But DanV's going to keep playing one off the bottom. I'm seeing more and more of that this tournament this year.
Yeah, it makes sense because one off the bottom is a good pace strat. Like, it might not be best for you in the long run, but it saves some burns for later, you know?
Yeah, rolling can stack high enough that you're not really sacrificing too much board mobility by stacking one row off the bottom. And Doge is exactly where he would want to be right now. I imagine, okay, after that hole, maybe not, but he has a small lead. He can afford these burns.
Yeah, Doge is chilling, perfectly clean.
Yeah.
Just like that.
Well, I know Doge.
It is growing 100,000 points now.
100,000 point lead for Doge, about 3 Tetrises.
This could be an incredible moment for Doge because I know he couldn't make it to CTWC last year, and it kind of broke his heart seeing all the photos.
Yeah.
And quite honestly,
and here he is.
Yeah, I mean, and he's such a better player this year. I mean, if there was any year to come, like, I don't think he would have made it that far last year, but he's showing right now he has the potential for a deep run, and he could make another leap forward by winning this match. Defeating DanV would be a statement. Yeah, DanV's gonna.
I'm speechless. This is so close.
DanV's gonna have to turn up the heat. It is such an unfortunate center column. He had to burn so many lines, and it didn't help him at all in maintaining his Tetris well. It was just kind of like endless burned lines that he didn't want to waste because he's behind in pace significantly at this point.
We're 15 lines to go, and you're going to rely on Doge to make a mistake either now or after second transition.
Yeah, so Doge has a little bit of a roof burn. Uh-oh, a double flip. That's a little bad.
With 29 coming, and clean it up. Don't try to score hero because Doge is now also in trouble.
Yeah, Doge
is a clean well to score
Yeah.
in.
DanV has the cleaner board.
Doge's top priority is just getting clean before 29. Doesn't want to be in any other
it looks
situation.
like he's going to.
Yes.
228, and he can get one more Tetris before 29.
Just in time.
And
Tetris into level 29 at 920,000.
This is it. Both players with incredible stories. This is it.
130,000 point lead with that Tetris. DanV might go for a center well. No, he's not going for it. He's burning down.
He needs Tetrises because he's going to fall behind with singles and doubles, DanV.
Yeah, he's got to go for it at some point because even if Doge tops out soon, he's probably going to need at least one Tetris on the chase down.
They can't hear commentary. There's no way you're screen looking at this speed, so I wonder if he knows what he needs to do.
He's probably screen looking. He's probably screen looking, yeah. DanV with a Tetris. No, wait, was that a Tetris? I don't know.
I think so. He cut into the lead
The
significantly.
flash isn't working. The Tetris flash isn't working. That's why I wasn't sure.
Well,
And DanV with that
Oh no,
misstep.
DanV hangs. He needs this 5-tap. Gets it. You know, your tournament life is hanging on these 5-taps.
Doge,
Once again.
staying aggressive.
Staying aggressive. Didn't go for that Tetris there. I think that was pretty smart.
1 million points for Doge.
Yeah,
one
triples are
max out.
valuable at the speed. Oh no, this is
DanV,
gonna be
DanV
it.
climbing. Stack climbing. DanV is out.
And Doge completes the comeback. What a story for Doge.
Let's go, Doge. And
Hands up
DanV,
to the face.
you did awesome.
All right. You have a. All right, I'll go take some photos.
Yeah, not even afraid of being double long marking metric here, just going for it.
You have fun? Want to do more? You're welcome to do more.
Here, you sit. You and Vandy, I'm going to go bathroom.
Oh, okay, I'll send it to you.
That's clean, pretty fast, and still maintaining that 250.
All right, so we just had a reverse sweep from Doge against DanV.
Oh man. Oh man. And you can see the agony of defeat face there from DanV.
Yeah.
Or is that just the bad camera? I'm not sure, but it's definitely.
I mean, it's never a great feeling when you're up 2-0 and you lose like that. They were all great games. Like DanV didn't like throw. It was a reverse sweep. Yes.
It was a reverse sweep. I don't know. I wasn't here. You guys weren't, so
Yeah,
you would
yeah.
know.
Hello everyone, I'm your favorite owner host Sharky and want to say thank you all so much for watching. If you did enjoy this match, then be sure to leave a like. Comment down what was your favorite part. If you want to stay up to date on all things CTWC 2023 and beyond, be sure to subscribe and notifications so you never miss out on another upload. Now for this post-match segment, I want to really quick talk about Doge and how Doge has a very interesting matchup coming up next. And I'd say coming up next, but I really mean round 2. Doge's round 2 matchup or top 16 matchup is actually going to be up against Andy, Dog's brother. Now, the reason why I wanted to point this out specifically is because Doge and Andy actually have a little bit of history with each other, more specifically history in the Waco Regionals. Now, these two players have been butting heads ever since 2022 during that Waco Regional, where Doge was actually able to put off what you can arguably call an upset up against Andy in order to make his way into the finals to play up against Dog. And it was one of the most exciting matches of that year. As a matter of fact, a then competitive world record was scored by Dog. But now 2023 rolls around and this time it is Andy that shuts Doge down, and it was Andy that made it to the finals, who would end up actually winning that regional up against Sidnev. Yeah, Sidnev was in Texas for some reason. But jokes aside, Doge has actually said that he wants to avenge his loss up against Andy from Waco back in 2023 or this year. And so going into that matchup, Doge is coming in with a chip on his shoulder, and you never know. We've seen a lot of crazy moments happen, and Doge has shown that he can beat Andy once. Beating him again is not necessarily out of the question, but it's going to be a tough journey in order to do so. And I, for one, can't wait for when we arrive at that destination.